Gaffer, after a well-earned draw on Tuesday at Walsall, Leyton Orient are our next opponents. What are your general thoughts heading into that one?
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's be good to see Kenny and that again. It'll be a tough game up there. He'll have them organised, have them, ready to play us. And no, just looking forward to the game.
Obviously, straight back to training today. How did the lads get on this morning?
Got what in the training? Yeah, good. Everyone's back, aren't they?
Yeah.
All good. Yeah, no problem with that, mate.
Obviously, Tom Nichols grabbing the equaliser on Tuesday. How happy were you for him to get back on the score sheet?
Happy, yeah. It's good to see him back. A smile on his face. It's good to have a striker out there who can get goals. Obviously, with Kezie being injured at the time. So, it'd be good to see the pair of them working together.
Obviously, Kezie was one of those who obviously missed out on Tuesday. We know it's very difficult probably for us to even get an 18 out for Saturday. How's the injuries at the club at the moment? No difference.
It's no difference at all. It's just one of them things, fed up to keep talking about it because we've just got to live with it and get on with it. But it's just one of those things you've got to survive. Let's hope we will.
Obviously, gutting to lose Jake on Tuesday. Is there any other update you have on Hess at the moment?
No, not at the moment. Just that he won't be there Saturday.
And we obviously released an article earlier in the week. It's been 2 years since you and Lee have been in charge. How would you kind of sum up the first 2 years? It's been a bit crazy.
As I say, it seems 2 years. It's like a couple of decades. With the COVID, with what we achieved, like I say, you go from the highs of beating Leeds and Max Watters and highest the club's ever been in the league. All these sorts of things people keep telling me, and now this year it's just started off with injuries after injuries, and but we'll get through it. It's been enjoyable. Of course, it's been enjoyable. But let's hope it becomes even more enjoyable.
And Amrit, more minutes for you on Tuesday. What are your thoughts heading into Saturday?
Yeah, I think the boys are buzzing really. I think we're probably a little bit disappointed that we didn't get the win because of how well we thought we did in the game. But I think looking back now, I think it was probably a fair result, but good spirits going into the next game.
And obviously it's been a good few months since you joined us. How's it been working with the gaffer and what kind of areas of the game do you think you might have improved on?
I think just being introduced to first team football, I think the gaffer, Bradders and Youngie, I've really enjoyed it. I think they've done really well with me, the way they dealt with me and when they've put me in and when they haven't. And I just a lot of respect for them and just looking forward to carrying on working in the future.
And obviously you'll be keen to get your first league goal, but we've seen you score some special goals so far in the Sussex Cup and in friendlies.
Yeah.
Is that one of the main ambitions now, just to get on the score sheet?
Yeah, 100%. I think I was even speaking to the gaffer after the game about that, and I just can't wait,
Thank you. Mark?
Yeah. John, obviously with all the injuries now, is this the most challenging period you've ever faced in football from your point of view?
No. It's challenging to put a side out, but that's part of being involved in it. It's challenging when I was laying there with my leg in plaster, not knowing whether you're going to walk or not. That's challenging. What you're going to do for the rest of your life. This is just something we've got to get over. It's not worth moaning about it. We've all got to stick together and pull together, and come through it.
Yeah, and credit to the players, obviously getting a point at Walsall with the amount of injuries you've got. How good is the spirit in the team at the moment?
It's never been any different. As I keep saying, it's one thing we'll be guaranteed, where we will have a go. Don't matter who it is, where it is. Because if they don't, Amrit will tell you. If they don't, well, they can just go somewhere else. Because on the back of that, we will get opportunities to play our football.
Yeah.
But we've got to get out and earn it. No one's going to sit back and let you play. And I think that's where Amrit's finding it, the transition from playing the 23s through to that. When you've got people who want to kick the lumps out of you because it's their mortgage depends on it, is a bit different when you're waiting for someone to write a letter home to your mum telling you how good you're doing. It's a big difference.
Yeah, and Crawley got quite a good record against Leyton Orient. I think they've won 9 out of the 14 meetings. Does that count for anything?
Not a thing, as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I don't give a monkey's how many they've won in the past. You can't influence that. You can only influence what's going to happen Saturday, hopefully.
Yeah.
And no, as I say, we're prepared for a tough game. But I know they will be as well. And may the best team win as long as it's us.
Yeah. And Amrit, obviously your loan spell ends in January, I think. Is there been any talks about extending that, or are you looking to extend it?
Yeah.
Cool. Is that because you've enjoyed your time here with that? And
100%. I think we've got a good thing going here, especially my relationship with the gaffer and Bradders. I trust them, and I think it's been going well. I think especially looking forward to the future, as I was saying before about the last game, I think it's a lot to do with our standards. So away to Walsall getting a draw, we're thinking we wanted to win that game. It just shows that the team's got a lot of determination and motivation to do well, and I think sky's the limit really for us this season.
Excellent, thank you.
Jim?
John, hi.
Hi, Tim.
John, if I could just a little bit more on the 2 years, really. It was great to see you again a couple of years ago, to have you back at Crawley. You've always had Crawley in your heart, and you brought your black book with you. How have you looked at those 2 years, the highs, the lows? Because it has been an extraordinary 2 years for football, not just for Crawley and yourself.
Yeah, well, I think for the club, like I say, I think they got the best result the club's ever had, beating Leeds. I think they sold the most expensive player they've ever sold, so I've been told, in Max. Highest they've finished in the league since the new regime's been in here. So yeah, no, listen, and this year we're ready to kick on. I think it's difficult with Crawley because you can't undervalue what you are being a Football League club. And I know that's the priority of everybody staying in the Football League, but having been lucky to have done the Prem and that with Bournemouth and done the other levels where we was going, it's all, for me, if you get the spirit and the relationships between people, you will be able to press on. Because I keep saying, the fans will be here long after we go, whether it's 2 years or 102 years, they'll still be supporting the club, and so they should. And it'd be good to see all the fans stick together, which they normally do, and let's kick on. The media is the big thing, the big difference coming back this time, because we all know what computers and that can do to people, but that wasn't like it in the past. I don't think it used to be enjoyable. Some people go on there just to be malicious, I think, now. So I've been told, but can't please everyone, can you?
And yet you said, didn't you, on Tuesday night, all the way up at Walsall on a wet Tuesday night, those fans who wear that shirt with pride, who travel to support you, they were like a 16th man on Tuesday. There is a core set of fans at Crawley who've been there through thick and thin, and it has been pretty thin over the last 20 years.
Yeah,
as well.
That's what I'm saying, all of them. It's not alienating any of the fans, because they've all been fantastic. I think it's just the ones that get on the, come to the glory, like seeing you beat Leeds and then they all start telling you what you're doing wrong, and seeing you doing this and seeing you doing that. That's football. Everyone's got an opinion. But unfortunately, it's not my opinion. It's down to us to make it count, to get the players and that playing and do what you're doing. But the lads, I keep saying to you, I've been in some dressing rooms, and I've got to be honest, 99% of the boys in here are all fighting for the cause of it, which is good.
What about the role of Lee Bradbury helping you over the last couple of years or so? How important has he been? You can't always do it on your own. There's a backroom staff, isn't there, as a team at the club? Yeah,
well, that's the thing with it. Lee's played at the highest level. Paths have crossed. We've been up the levels that will hopefully be nice to take this club to, the pair of us. And you win things, Winning, in my opinion, that winning mentality, that's like wildfire if you get it going. Everybody wants to be part of it. Same way as if you get a few sappers sitting around with faces like wet weekends. Don't need them, there's enough of that. You get enough of that just picking up a newspaper. We're not here to come here to work miserable. You're here to come and do well, as Amrit and that were telling you.
Well, bringing in Amrit, I know you said that, John, that it's important that you put the injuries to one side and try and involve everyone. How pleasing is it to try and involve Amrit? You've got Tom Nichols coming and getting a start on Tuesday and scoring. That actually, it's nice for you as a manager to actually get a chance to play all the squad. That's going to be one plus from this horrible situation.
Well, it ain't a plus. When you got to do it, when it's forced upon you, it's a bit different to having the choice to do it. And when you've only got the 18 to pick from, knowing that some of them might not be fit themselves, and they're doing you not doing you a favour, but you're asking them to do. I'd never send a player out that I didn't think was fit enough to do themselves justice. I ain't got to worry about me, it's worrying about themselves. And if you get that mentality going in, that we are all in it together, I think that's what, shows you. But, let's not run away with it. We've got a point at Walsall, that's all we've done at the minute. We want to kick on now, because we know we've got to do better, and we can do better. If we're sitting here rejoicing about getting a point, we might as well turn it in now. We want to go on, we want to push on. Whether it's Saturday, whether it's the next Saturday, we just go on, next game, all the time.
Amrit, how important was Tuesday night for you to get some game time, and say to the gaffer, I want to be involved Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like the gaffer said, like it's about standards. Like all of us, we're just thriving for more, really. And me personally, I think it's easy for like a young player to come on loan and people speak about like, oh, he needs to come to get experience, but which is 100% true. Like you need to learn and all of that. But personally, for me as well, I want to like set a mark and set my mark and help the team win games, not just be there to be like, oh, he's a kid, he's learning. Like, I want to set my mark and set my standards to help the team to progress. So I think, yeah, it's true. Like, especially what the gaffer's saying about it. Don't get me wrong. Like looking back now, it was a good result, a 1-1 draw away at Walsall. But for us, we know we can do much better, and hopefully we can start on Saturday. So.
What have you made of the spirit of the side? You know, people digging in, people coming in, covering. Some disappointing results of late, but really starting to pick up a little bit again.
No, 100%. I think you can see all of that reflect on the gaffer and Bradders, because they're the ones that sort of implement the spirit in a sense, because they're the ones overlooking everything. So it just shows how well they're doing. And like we said, like I said, like we all fight for everyone. Everyone fights for each other, and we have to get a lot of praise for the gaffer and Bradders, because they're the ones that are sort of guiding the way. Really, we're just the players. Right?
Dropped 4 points in the last 2 games on the road. It's really key when you get your away form sorted. That does help. Gives you a fillip, I guess, going to the Leyton Orient.
Yeah, but it's no good getting your away form sorted if your own form's crap, is it? So it's nice to get everything sorted. You know, we're not just, we do play home and away. Listen, the game's a game to me. It doesn't matter who we're playing. If you're playing out in your garden, you want to win. And it doesn't matter what team you're playing. We set up to win games. We're not going out there to be anybody's patsies. And sometimes you live and learn. You learn on every game. And if you don't learn something from every game, you shouldn't be in the game. That's whether you're a supporter, a player, a manager, a commentator, a reporter, or anything. Learn from each game that you're watching, good or bad.
Leyton Orient, just inside the top 7 at the moment. A tough challenge at the weekend.
They're all tough challenges. You know, every time we play, when we've only got the team that we've got, they're all tough challenges. It's a bigger challenge to get a side out to play them. But when we do put the side out, everyone will know what their job is, and then it's game on, isn't it? As soon as that ref blows that whistle, that goes straight out the window. Nobody's bothered whether we've got 18 players or 106 players. It's the 11 out there that's playing, plus the bench. We go in there to win. We're going there to have a go at them, and I know Kenny will be saying the same. He's, you know, they're a good side on Orient. Don't underestimate. Good supporters over there, vocal, get behind their side, because they're Londoners, and you know what us Londoners are about. We keep getting accused of being mouthy, so let's live up to it.
Finally, you are making statements during the season. You've had some good results, good performances, played very well at times. Kenny Jackett will know that. He knows you. He knows the sort of side you'll put out. And he knows you in adversity. It's probably a wounded John Yems is dangerous, I would have thought.
Well, I think a wounded Crawley town is even more dangerous, because I think since I've been here, even the first time, we've been permanently wounded. We ain't bled to death. But no, we just get on with it. You know, as I said to you, Ken, listen, he's an experienced top-class manager, and he's got good players around him. He's got good people around him with Joe and everybody. But it's game on, you know. That goes straight out the window, that friendship, as soon as you walk on the pitch, because we want to win. You know, we're not going over there to let Orient win, the same way as they're not going over there to let us win. But if you can't look forward to these sort of games and these challenges, well, you shouldn't be in football. You know, it's a great way to go over there and put a marker for young players. You know, for me and Bradders, it's here we go again, gloves on, let's get going.
Good luck, both of you. Hope you get a start. Amrit, Tinu, sorry, did you say Kezie is available, or is he well again? Or?
Kezie, yeah, Kezie. You have confusion with his name. These people get it wrong. They keep calling him Kezie, but his real name's Kezie.
Okay.
So, you know, no, he is available. Well, he's available for selection. Whether he's fit enough to play or not yet, I don't know. But we're having a fitness test on that and everybody tomorrow. So, you know, it's one of them. We've got to wait right up till Saturday morning to see whether he's available, or who we're playing up front. It's just the way the squad is at the minute.
Quizzy my regards.
Quasimodo. What was that? Quizzy your regards. Sorry, I understand.
Cheers, guys.
Ta-da. Ta-da.
Just a quick additional question. Obviously, Tuesday night is Sussex Senior Cup. I know you don't like looking too far ahead, But how important is that competition to you this year then?
It's no disrespect to anybody, but I wish and hope that we won't play the game.
Right.
We have not got a side to put out to play in the Sussex County Cup. I think as we're talking, we're trying to rearrange it or do something, but it's not being detrimental. We've got 18 fit players at the football club, and we've got about, I don't know, the boys will tell you, game after game after game, and the last thing we need at the minute, and once again, it's no disrespect to Eastbourne, it's no disrespect to anyone, we physically haven't got the players. Touch wood, nothing yet on Saturday. We haven't got the players to play it. We haven't got an academy players that registered. We haven't got a backup side that's registered. I said this from day one before we went in it, because I know what it means to the people of Sussex, and so it should. But unfortunately, we're running a side on vapours at the minute, and you can't recall loan players. You can't do this to play the game. So hopefully we won't be playing it.
Fair enough, thanks, Sean.